So there's nothing more annoying than a leaking faucet. This is a beautiful rain shower head from Kohler. This is a Kohler Hydro Rail. Really recommend it. This is an awesome handheld unit that has this rain shower head. But the shower valve, the cartridge, is actually not stopping the water. So we're getting this continuous drip, and that just makes everything wet all the time. And when you have wetness, you're gonna end up getting mold over time. So your shower needs to be aerated. So have a good vent fan and allow all your tile to get dry. That's really gonna make it so that you don't have to clean it as much. But anything that's damp like this, where it's just dripping every couple of seconds, is a problem. So let me show you how to install a Kohler cartridge. Very simple to do. With the way these valves are, it doesn't really require too many tools. Literally just need a couple hand screwdrivers to do it. So what this does is just simply thread out. So the escutcheon plate with the handle just threads right out. So that's all there is to taking off the cover. And then we'll just go ahead and remove the gasket. Okay, so that's the gasket. So you got these little, basically, valves that you twist. Nope, no, it's not going to work, is it? Okay. Well, this has been a 5-year installation, so I'm going to have to shut off the water to the home to change this, because what we need to do is take this entire cartridge out of there. So I just broke the tab on this, so I'm not going to be able to twist my integral shutoffs. I'm going to shut off the water to the home. So typically you have a water meter. There's a shutoff here, but I ended up installing one on the left-hand side here. So whichever turns that off, but if you find your main shutoff, you're going to have to shut it off at the home in order to get that shower valve not having any pressure. So release some water from the lowest point. We have a laundry sink and we have a bathroom down here that we're going to release the water. All right. Now we can go ahead and take out our valve cartridge. So they just have 4 screws holding it into place. Okay, so this guy just pulls right out. Holy hell. There we go. Boy, that's really suctioned in there. That does take a little bit of elbow grease to get that out of there. So don't worry about, I mean, at this point, even if this broke off, you'll be able to pull it out of there, but it's just the water gasket just got really stuck in there. But you can see these were my shutoffs. I just broke that tab off, so that's why I wasn't able to shut it off. Yeah, they're both breaking off of there. So I guess you're not going to be able to trust the integral shutoffs. These were required by code because I don't have access to behind here. But yeah, basically 6 years later, I basically just have to just not count on that, just turn it off at the main water supply, unfortunately. All right, so then this is essentially the same thing here. Only difference is I gotta get this. Okay, so this had a little tab right here that went in, and this threads out. So this is the cartridge now. Okay, so it's gonna have the Kohler symbols right here. There's cold, and so the left's gonna be hot. So this is just gonna go straight into and connect into those screw holes. Just make sure that they're tight, completely sealed in there. Okay, then this guy, we'll thread back onto here to where that's straight up and down, because those are the two screws that mount it. Put this little tab in here to keep it from spinning. So this little tab just kind of keeps this straight up and down. Okay, so before we turn this off, we want to adjust our temperature. All right, so that's really not warm enough. 112. We need to turn that up a little bit. So what's stopping this is this little stopper here. So what we need to do is turn it counterclockwise. Pulls out of here. And we're going to turn it basically straight up and down. It was kind of this way a little bit, so we're just going to move it over a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's nice and hot. 123. You just don't want it to be 130. We have the hot water tank set at 132 degrees. That's too hot. You want to turn it down. But that's, yeah, you just want to double check that. Now we can go ahead and just put the rest of our valve together. But that's how you change a cartridge on the Kohler. Pretty simple for the most part. Unfortunately, if it's been sitting there for a long time, the corrosion definitely makes this pretty difficult to pull out of there. But rest assured, once you get these screws out, I mean, you can just put some pliers on there and really yank it out of there and you should be fine. But it is a little bit, you know, it does kind of make you a little bit nervous, because if you break the valve, you got to replace the entire thing. But it's really going to be hard to break that brass fitting on there. So now we should be good. This will probably stop dripping in about 20 minutes and then everything will dry out.
Drip free and dry.